Assalamu alaikum students. Good morning. My name is Asif. I am back with the lecture number 9. Today we have the topic Say Not the Struggle, Not Availeth. Poem was written by author Hugh Clough, and let's start with the analysis of the title. Say not the struggle, not availeth. It means don't ever say that the efforts are useless. Remember, efforts are never rewardless. Whatever the work you are doing will bring reward for you. It will progress, it will prosperous, it will be successful one day. Remember, it takes time, but remember, the efforts are not useless. This is the idea of the poem, and let's start with the introduction to the poet, and then about poem, and finally at the end I will have text with you. Introduction to the poet. Author Hugh Clough. Author Hugh Clough was born in 1819 in England, and the era was called Victorian Age because Queen Victoria was ruling over the England at that time. Belongs to Victorian Age. Told you earlier, an optimist poet. What is optimism? Optimism means to think or to be positive. Remember, never lose hope. In Islam, God says, don't lose hope. A religious man is one who never loses hope. So this is the idea of the poem also we are getting in this poem. Say not, well known for say not, struggle not availeth. This poem makes author Hugh Clough more popular than he was before, because this poem is often quoted in various kind of literature, and even the UK Prime Minister once during war quoted his poem to encourage the soldiers. So this was the reason this poem made him successful more than he was. Died in 1861. Now we are going to talk about some points of the poem, and then we will have text. About poem. Written in 1849 and published in 1855. It was written before, and then after 6 years it was published. Why author Hugh Clough took so much time to publish it, I have no idea, but remember, there were many reasons at that time. In this lecture I cannot explain briefly, but to the short we can say that there were circumstances. Sometimes the people used to compose poetry or literature or novel, whatever, but whenever they find the best time to publish the lecture or that content, they used to publish them. So next point is contains 4 stanzas. It has 4 stanzas. Quoted by, I told you this point earlier, that this poem was quoted by UK Prime Minister, British Prime Minister Winston Churchill was the Prime Minister during wars. During war, he quoted author Hugh Clough's poems to encourage the soldiers that what the reality is, what should they do, what should the soldiers do to conquer their enemies. Theme, optimism. I told you before that what is optimism. Actually, according to psychology, they say that whenever you start thinking positive, whenever you have positive mind, the hormones releases from the brain into your body, and they give you more energy to fulfill your task. And in Quran Majid, Allah says, never lose hope. So I am Muslim, and most of the students who are watching this video might be Muslims, or if you belong to other religion. In every religion you can say that every religion urges the people that never lose hope, because hope is the thing that makes you alive. If there is no hope, you are like a dead person. So this is the optimism, to be positive, to think that you are going to win. Even if you think that you are going to win, you may be winning the task or whatever your task is. If you think that you are going to fail, you might be failed. So remember, the positivity is in your brain, the negativity is in your brain. It's up to you how you use both, how you use negativity or positivity into your works. So this is up to you only. Now I'm going to tell you about I'm going to read out the text for you, and I will explain it to you stanzas by stanzas. So I think I have book with me, yes, and you all have to come on to the page number, yes, 65, page number 65. We have to come on page number 65 and keep textbook with you in front of you. Page number 65. Say not the struggle not availeth. Say not means don't say the struggle, the efforts, not, never, no, availeth, brings. Author Hugh Clough. The first line I am going to begin with. Say not the struggle not availeth. Don't ever say, never try to say that efforts are useless, and always make yourself positive. Always think that the things are going to be fine one day. So this is the thing that makes you successful. This is the only thing. If you are negative, you are not gonna win. If you are positive, you definitely are going to win your target or task. The labor and the wounds are vain. The second line is, author Hugh Clough is saying that the efforts and the wounds means difficulties, injuries that you are facing during struggle. Actually, author Hugh Clough wrote this poem for the soldiers. He is delivering this message to the soldiers, but actually this is for all people. It is the universal, it contains the universal message that the poet is saying that the labor and the wounds are vain. Don't think. Vain means useless. Poet is saying that don't ever think that the efforts or hard work you are doing for your task, if you are struggling for your work, don't ever think that they are useless. They will not bring back to you the reward. It is not correct. The correct is that they will bring reward to you. They will conquer the task. They will put you into the place of victory. So never think that the work you are doing is just useless. If you think that you are doing the work uselessly, you are going to fail. The next line is, the enemy faints not faileth, and as the things have been, they remain. In these lines, author Hugh Clough is explaining that mostly people think that if the problems we are facing, they might be forever. No. If you are facing the problems, they are not for the temporary period. They are not for the permanent period, they are for temporary period. If the problems you are going through, you should think that they are for limited time. They are going to vanish one day. If you think that they are with you forever until you die, that you might be facing the problems throughout your life. If you feel that you are in the battlefield and you are going to challenge your enemy, so remember that you can defeat your enemy. This is the message author Hugh Clough is conveying to the soldier, that don't ever think that you cannot fail them. You cannot get victory. You conquer the enemy territory. You can win. You can succeed. But what the thing is, you should be positive. you must have a strong will that you are going to succeed. This is the only thing that puts you into the success. In these two lines, author Hugh Clough is explaining that if you want to succeed, if you are competing with another person, if you have competitor, if you have challenger in front of you, don't think that you cannot fail them or him or her. You can succeed and you can do whatever you explain or understand to your mind. If you ask your brain that you can succeed, it is definitely going to defeat your competitor. If you think that it is not possible, definitely you will be going to fail it. The next stanza, author Hugh Clough is explaining further in the second stanza the same idea with another lines. He says, if hopes were dupes, dupes mean useless, vain. Fears may be liars. It may be in yon smoke concealed. Yon smoke concealed, hidden. Your comrades, friends, chase in now the flyers who fly or who escape from the battlefield. And but for you possess, conquer to get the field, the area. In the second stanza, author Hugh is explaining that you can chase whatever you want. You can win even the battlefield, but you should be optimist. If you are thinking that whatever you are looking at, sometimes it happens to every person that whatever in the condition you are, suppose you are in a difficult condition and you are trying to derive out the difficult circumstances, so you think that you are doing efforts uselessly, everything is same, nothing changes are happening, so you are wrong. Actually, the poet is saying that whenever the war occurs and the soldiers fight with each other, suppose they are standing, if their king or their representative or their head or chief is outside the war and he is looking just the smokes that is arousing from the battlefield, he has no idea what's happening over there. So poet is saying that there might be victory. If you are on the other side, you are not thinking what's happening over there, you should be positive. You think that your comrades, your friends, your soldiers are fighting and they are about to win because they are in the smokes. You have no idea what's happening over there, but you should be positive. And they are chasing those who are escaping or leaving the battlefield. So this is the idea, that don't ever think that if one side of the situation you are looking at seems to you that it is not changing, don't think that what is happening on the other side. If you are putting your efforts on the one side, remember it is bringing the reflection on the other side. Same, if you are doing efforts, they will bring or they are bringing the change on the other side, and at the moment you are not possible to understand what's happening on the other side, what is the result is bringing up. So this is the idea Clough is sharing in the second stanza. Now the third stanza, he explains with another example and he has given the contrast. For while the tide waves vainly breaking, uselessly breaking, seem here no painful inch to gain to get something, far back through creeks and inlets. Creeks and inlets are channels. Whenever the water flows and it increases the flow of water, they shift into channels, and they are called creeks and inlets. Making come silent, flooding in the main. Main means ocean, sea. To let the readers explain what the positivity is, he says that whenever or you have been over there at seaside, you might have observed that the waves are coming slow and they pass through under your feet, and you think that they have done nothing, they just passed away and they did no change. So you are wrong. He says you are just looking at the waves far back for a long distance. If you go over there, what's happening over there? There is a big revolution. There is a big change happening over there. There comes earthquake. There comes a long pressure of air that brings and that creates the waves, and you are just at the other side, and you are just looking at the waves. They are coming and passing under your feet. They are not creating any change in you, but they are the result of a big effort. If the big effort is happening in the middle of the sea, it is creating the waves, and waves are coming on the other side. You are on the other side. You cannot judge what's happening in the middle of the sea. What is over there? What's happening in the middle of the sea, or what is happening under the sea? What is the thing that creates or brings the waves? So you have no idea, because you are on the other side. The waves are just reflection of the efforts that has been on the progress under the sea. So this is the reflection that you have actually no idea. In the same manner, when you are doing efforts and you are getting the result, and you are just imagining that you are doing lot of effort, but you are getting not the success as you were thinking about, as you were expecting about, but actually it is the reflection far back at the long distance on the other side. They are creating, or they are making a big change for you. They are bringing a big victory for you that is on the way, but you have to just wait and be patient. And the last stanza, he gives another example to explain this concept more carefully. And not by eastern windows only, when daylight comes in the light in front, the sun climbs slow. How slowly, but westward look, the land is bright. To explain more, he gives in the last stanza another idea, that whenever you get up and you see the sun is rising up slowly, and you just think that it is not a big thing, it is rising, but it is bringing the sunlight on the earth slowly. But after few minutes, after a while, you can see the whole land is bright. Just slow actions of the rising sun put the land into the brightness. Just your efforts are the same. They are bringing the victory for you, but you have to wait for it. And if you see that there is night in your sight, don't think that on the other side is also night. If sun disappears from your land, it pours down the shining on the other side of the world, and the other world is brightening. The same thing is that don't ever think that things are slow, they are not making the big change, they are not bringing something. Don't ever think. Just you have to keep waiting. You have to wait for it, and there is going to be a big change. If you are positive, remember this thing, you can win. If you are negative, you are not going to win, because the positivity creates hormones through your brains that goes into your body, that puts you another energy. And if you are negative and you are the same like a dead person. I hope you have understood this lecture very carefully, and till next time, I hope you will wait for my next lecture. I'll bring with the next lecture next time. Till then, take care, goodbye, and I will be back. Thank you.